Hello!
Martin there.
It's Saturday.
19th of August.
We're at
Inverness.
And I guess for the very last time, don't cry.
This is all the stations.
Inverness has got a barber shop on the platform.
Yeah.
I think Eastbourne's got one too.
Yes, someone mentioned that last night, yes.
So this is our last train, except it's not, because we're going to get out halfway. So it's our second to last train.
The penultimate train.
Yeah, penultimate train. I suppose we should do like a 10 countdown, shouldn't we?
Where would that be from?
Bizarrely from Dunrobin Castle onwards. The one after Dunrobin is then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in Invergordon. This is our train. I've jumped out. The driver's actually on the phone to control because he can't advance into the next section until the southbound has come through. So he's just finding out where he is. I jumped out to take a footbridge shot, but there's no footbridge here, so I don't actually know how you get across to the other platform at Invergordon. Maybe they only use the platform. Train's now pulled in. We can now be on our way. That was Invershin station and the Shin Viaduct, but we didn't stop there. The train didn't stop there, or at Coleraine station, because they're both request stops. That's okay, that's within our rules, but they're like 60 seconds apart. I think they're the closest stations together in Scotland. They were built either side of the river, because at one stage there was no other way across the river apart from the railway, so you could get off on either side of the river, but I think now they've put in a foot crossing. It's a shame nobody got on or off there. Pulling in to Dunrobin Castle. Can't do the last day without a quick Vicky explores around the castle, right?
Damn right. We were met off the train by Frank, who we're going to chat to a bit more later, and Daniel and his wife Claire, who run this museum in the station house. So Daniel was just giving us a little bit of a tour. This room here was the staff side, but this room would have been the signal box. So the signal box would have been manned from in this room here. The other interesting thing that Daniel was saying was that it was the Dukes of Sutherland, or actually the third Duke of Sutherland, who put the line in here, and still to this day the family own everything except for the rails. So they own the land under the rails, they own the station, they own the platform, they own everything.
And out there's a little siding, a little rusty siding, where the Duke of Sutherland used to keep his own private engine / carriage.
Well, if you're going to build a railway,
so he had his own little, it's his own
Yeah.
siding for his own little train. Yeah.
In this room, many exciting things. The Act of Parliament, which opened this stretch of railway, an original newspaper about the beaching cuts in the 1960s, and over here, a wonderful reproduction photograph of the original station building, which was later replaced in the early 20th century by the one that we're standing in now. It's very cool.
Was the loo, which we avoided calling the Portaloo for the occasion, and Michael Portillo, he cut a pink ribbon across the doorway here and unveiled the plaque inside. And that was our final piece of railway restoration at Dunrobin. And not only that, he and his film crew then proceeded to use it all.
They christened it.
Yes, it was brilliant. Please feel free.
Is it free?
It's fully
Is it free or is it a penny?
No, we
don't have to
spent
spend a penny.
And the water's all hot, and please use the towels are all there, so please feel perfectly free.
She flushed. I hope she washes her hands too. Did you wash your hands?
Yep. After you. Dunrobin Castle is incredible. There has been a castle here for hundreds and hundreds of years, but the castle that you see now is largely the work of the Sutherlands, and it was the third Earl of Sutherland. I can't say it. The third Earl, Duke, not even an L, Duke.
We've made it to Rogart Station. We've been a bit sneaky. For anybody thinking we just go from A to B, we've actually gone up the line to Dunrobin, and then we've backtracked to Rogart to meet the delightful Frank. Frank, your surname is Roach.
Yeah.
Which I'm freaked out about because I had an old boss at the BBC. His name was Frank Roach. You're not the same man in disguise, are you?
Definitely not me, or no relations either.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Good afternoon. So Frank does two amazing things. First of all, can you tell us what your job title is? Because this is very exciting.
I'm the partnership manager for Hightrans, which means I work for a consortium of local authorities in the north of Scotland, and effectively my job is developing rail services in the area, which I've been doing since 1998.
Now, yesterday, for a bit of a fun aside bonus video, Vicky and I went to Bewley Station, and we literally got a tape measure and we measured it. And then in the car here today, you went, "Oh yeah, that's my station." So you brought about the recreation of Bewley.
Yeah, Bewley was my idea, and I got the funding and all that sort of
You sound so modest. You're like, yeah.
Convinced the ORR that it was safe to have a short platform, because of course that was a major problem. Surely somebody will get out of the wrong door and hurt themselves.
Why is it so short? Was that to save money?
Yeah,
cheap.
Save money.
Same for Conan Bridge.
Same for Conan Bridge.
Okay, all right.
Although the other station I'm working on at the moment, Dalcross, Inverness Airport Station, Dalcross, will be conventional length, so no need to worry about that.
I'm sensing that you are an advocate of reopening up old stations. So,
yep.
but then I know that there's this trade-off. For every station you open, it adds 3 minutes time because the stopping time to the line. So where is the trade-off between opening a new station and having a faster through service? How do you balance those?
Well, you can do it two ways. One is to have skip stopping, so you don't have the full range of services stopping at a new station. So, for example, Conan and Bewley don't have every train stopping that most do, but some don't.
Thank you. But before we head out, you may have noticed we're sat in. What are we sat in, Frank?
We're sat in. This is a coach called Glenmorangie, which is one of our camping coaches here at Rogart.
Sorry, when you say Al, who's Al?
Well, really, it's my wife Kate who runs this. It's an accommodation business in the railway carriages. This is a Mark II AFK. That's the first corridor. that was built in Derby, Litchurch Lane, in 1968.
So you live in the old station house?
We live in the
at
station
Rogart,
house.
But you rent out all these old carriages?
We've got 3 carriages,
for people to come and stay in?
That's right. That's right.
There's a link in the description. Will you show us around really quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. I love these old style trains where you walk down the corridor. So one of the compartments is now a kitchen. I love it. This is like, so this is like a dining area with a breakfast bar. Someone's doing a puzzle. What's down here? What's down here, Frank? Is this the first? This is another lounge. Oh, I see.
These are the bedrooms. These are how the bedrooms are laid out.
So it's like being in a sleeper compartment, isn't it? It is laid out.
There's much more space. And a comfy seat.
I do want to sleep here. Is this okay? That's great. Then there's even an old signal box here. Hey Frank, you've turned the signal box into a little lounge.
Yeah.
Well, look, thank you so much for showing us your little
That's okay.
part of the railway world. Keep up with all your work. Keep improving Scottish and British railways. Yes. Yes.
Yes, we'll see what we can do.
Lovely. Thanks, Frank.
Come back when we've opened some more stations.
We should do this again in 10 years' time. All the stations 2027.
There'll be more stations reopened in Scotland than anywhere else in the last 15 years.
And this is the last train of the journey. I've made a decision. I'm going to start writing down numbers.
About time.
As of now.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be funny if I just rattled off the class of this train?
What is it?
I have no idea. 158.
It is a 158. I was really hoping ScotRail were going to allow on a pacer for our last ever train. It's 158704. Right then, we passed Dunrobin Castle, going back up again north.
Yeah.
So we're coming to Brora. It's 10. No one. No one. No one. Number 10. No one. Oh, there's a step down. Fortinard. 6. And the southbound train is over there. He had to wait for us. We're heading north. 6. 5 to go. This one's quite exciting. At some point I will return to a station that is possibly more remote than Carreur. You can argue about that one in the comments. Counting them down, number 5. Oh, hang on. The lovely catering lady is having to move her trolley to accommodate us. I thought it was on that side. Someone's getting on anyway. After all that, someone's actually getting on. Hold the brake. 5. That was Scott's Golspie. Request stop. No one requested it. Still valid under our rules. 4. In the countdown. 3 to go.
I'm feeling a bit nervous now.
Okay. Number 3 in the countdown of the last 10. This is Georgemas Junction. The train will reverse here. Wow. Train's about to go off here. We'll probably see the points move in a second. We'll go up to Thurso, then come back. Thurso, we but you've just got to go and quickly see who.
A gentleman called Mike Loonan, who said he, within the time it takes the driver to get to the other end of the train. Our lovely conductor is just confirming that such a person does exist. Hello, Mike. Pleasure to meet you.
This is as far north as the railway gets.
But this is the most
Very furthest
northerly part.
Very
of the
furthest
railway.
north. And a locomotive
Yes.
went, no, 4 inches further north than any other locomotive. There you are, it's a bit of history.
Some more dent in the buffers.
Small dent in the buffer.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike. Number 2 in the countdown. One more station to go. 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 Just before we get to Wick, this is Bernard's going to wave. Hey, Bernard.
Hi.
Bernard is one of our backers, and he genuinely just happened to be on the trip. Why are you coming to Wick, Bernard?
Just to get to get as far north as I can on holidays.
And because it's good to travel by train, right?
Absolutely, love the train.
You heard it right here.
Personal belongings with them when leaving the train. And can you please leave by the side exit as the main station doors are now locked. Next and final stop is Wick.
Here we go. Here we go. Do you remember saying station 1? What would you like to? What would you like to say now?
Wick, 2,563 stations down. No more stations to go.
Well, not yet. I'm going to say Wick, tick, because it rhymes. I'm not good at that. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's not lit.
2563. 2563. Do you want to go first? You want to go together? Together and together.
We did it! Should we get back on the train?
Now let's do the whole thing in reverse. To Penzance.
This is Wick.
Also, we didn't go the Isle of Wight.
Oh.
That's a joke. We've totally done the Isle of Wight. Also, STV are here. And this gentleman.
I don't...
Confusingly, it looks a bit like Thurso.
He looks exactly the same as Thurso.
I'm wanting a reaction.
We should get a picture with our guard.
Let's get a picture with the lovely guard
Yeah.
and the catering lady. Let's see if she'll do that, because they were great. How does it feel to have a camera pointed at you?
Caithness flag.
It's a Caithness flag.
About 2 years old, the flag.
Okay. I have a Caithness flag.
Hello,
Hello.
and thanks.
Thank you.
This is the 3rd time we've tried to record a thank you segment.
We just didn't know how to finish it.
Last night here it was raining and the lighting was weird and our thank you shot didn't work. Thanks, bye. That's it. We're done. You wrap up.
The second time we tried to go to the beach to get a dramatic shot out at sea.
I took Vicky to a castle. This is our last ever shot. Because what else would you do? I was like, here's a castle and we'll fly the drone out there, because you can't fly the drone here at Wick Station because Wick Airport is just on the road. We're in a no-fly zone. We tried going to the lighthouse at the harbour. It's still within the no-fly zone. So we went like 7 miles up the road to the castle.
Yeah.
Still within the no-fly zone. There's no finale drone flying off shot. So what do you want to do as your finale shot?
We could just get on the train. We could walk up the platform.
Great.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye. Bye.
Stay.
Welcome to all the castles.
Yeah, you're on your own with that one.